our next session. There are a lot of research options in academia after pharmacy. To know extensively on this topic, I would now like to invite Dr. Krishna Undela sir. Dr. Krishna Undela sir is a MPharm PhD Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy Practice at National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Naipur, Guwahati. Sir has graduated in pharmacy from Sri Vidyaniketan College of Pharmacy, Tirupati. Completed his MPharm from the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Naipur, Mohali, and PhD from the JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysore. He has teaching experience of more than 9 years. His thrust areas of research are medication safety in special populations and cardiology. Krishna Undela sir is having experience in conducting various pharmacoepidemiological studies in hospital and community settings. He has received travel grants from the International Society of Pharmacoepidemiology to attend ISPE conferences held in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand as a delegate, in Australia, China, and Japan as an educational session speaker. He also received a travel grant from the International Society for Pharmacoeconomics and Outcome Research ISPOR to attend ISPOR European Congress held in Austria in 2016. He received the 2015 Endeavour Executive Fellowship from the Department of Education, Australian government to undertake 3 months of training on advanced pharmacoepidemiological and quality use of medicines at the University of South Australia, Adelaide, Australia. Sir is also having expertise in conducting systematic reviews and meta-analysis and published papers in various peer-reviewed reputed journals, which are cited well. He's presented one of his meta-analysis paper on stain use and risk of Parkinson's disease at the 20th World Congress on Parkinson's disease and related disorders held in Geneva, Switzerland in December 2013. Currently, there are more than 60 plus scientific publications to his credit. Total citations of his publications are more than 750 with H index 10 and I index 11. Krishna Undela sir delivered more than 90 guest lectures at various national and international conferences in the areas of pharmacoepidemiology, pharmacovigilance, pharmacoeconomics, clinical pharmacy, and systematic review and meta-analysis. Krishna Undela sir is currently a member of the International Society of Pharmacovigilance ISOP, the International Society of Pharmacoepidemiology ISPE, International Society for Pharmacoeconomics and Research ISPOR, Cochrane, and the Indian Pharmaceutical Association IPA. We are honored to have you with us, sir.
Thank you, Ritika. I'm so sorry that I'm not opening my video. I'm at home, and that too, my look is not good because I'm suffering with some illness. So thank you so much for this opportunity. So even though the organizers asked me to speak more on the research, Dr. Ajit did a wonderful job. So he spoke more on the research and he highlighted what a PharmD people can do after the PharmD and how much research they can do in terms of the interest area. So I'm not focusing much on the research, but maybe overall I'll cover what are the different opportunities which are available for PharmD graduates. This presentation I made previously on other platform. So if you are already listened to it, just take it as a revision and be with me maybe for another 10 to 15 minutes. So if you see the opportunities, the first thing, first and foremost important one being a PharmD graduate, suddenly our role is going to be pharmacist. So whatever the job we are going to be do, our main role is going to be the pharmacist. Either you can work as a community pharmacist, you can work as a hospital pharmacist. Most importantly, you are most eligible for working as a clinical pharmacist in the hospital, right? So you don't need to hesitate to work as a community pharmacist or hospital pharmacist as well. You don't need to wait only for clinical pharmacist. If you are interested, if you are passionate to be a pharmacist, so certainly you can choose even the community pharmacist or the hospital pharmacist, right? So the second thing, maybe you can go to pharmaceutical industry. It is not that PharmD people are not eligible for industry. Only P-pharmacy people can go to pharmaceutical industry. There are many other industries. It is not like earlier. Earlier, pharmaceutical industry means only the manufacturing industries we used to come across, right? But now scenario is completely different. The pharmaceutical industry means there are many other different organizations where the pharmacist can work, and you can still work in manufacturing. Don't feel downgrade that working in manufacturing, it's not the role of PharmD. But still, if you're interested, if you're willing to work, certainly you can undergo your career in the manufacturing industries. And also, as you know, CRO, Clinical Research Organization, currently many PharmD students are working in this area, clinical research organizations. And the pharmacovigilance is one more important area which is coming up, and where already many PharmD graduates are started working in pharmacovigilance companies, private companies, or even the government agencies. And HEOR is one more important division, health economics and outcomes research, where many people are already started working in this area, especially the PharmD graduates, and where you're going to be working in the different domains of health economics and outcomes research. And one more important area where you can work in the pharmaceutical industry, it is a drug regulatory writing, or maybe the professional medical writing. And many people are already working in this area. Not only PharmD, and even the pharmacy practice or other M-Pharm branches are also eligible for this. But PharmD people are having more scope in these areas, especially the clinical research organizations and pharmacovigilance, because of the training what you're going to get in the 6 years period, and you are most eligible for any of these positions in the pharmaceutical industries. So you can certainly choose any one based on your willingness. And one thing I used to hear regularly is PharmD people are not having the government jobs, right? They are only thinking that there are no government positions for the clinical pharmacist. But apart from that, there are huge opportunities in the government sector, even for the PharmD people. The first one is CDSCO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization. You know how much important body it is in India, regulatory body in India. So you can PharmD students, many students already started working, not now. As per my knowledge, from 2015 onwards, PharmD students have started working in CDSO in various divisions there. And NCCPVPI, National Coordination Center for Pharmacovigilance Program of India. You may be knowing this PVPI. It is working throughout India for collecting all these adverse drug reactions. So NCCPVPI is having ADR monitoring centers throughout India. Currently, more than 300 ADR monitoring centers are there, and each center is going to be appointed by one technical associate. And PharmD graduates are most eligible for this as a technical associate working under PVPI, because PharmD graduates are having a very good understanding on pharmacovigilance, and mostly the PVPI is preferred PharmD people for working as a technical associate in ADR monitoring centers. So you can apply for that. And the other opportunities like other pharmacy courses, even the PharmD graduates are eligible for writing this drug inspector. It may be central, it may be or state level as well, right? And also you can work in the CGHS dispensaries. Central government has schemes are there, and another dispensaries are there, and they the pharmacist should be there. And the farm being a PharmD graduate, even you're also eligible to write the examination and qualify and get the job in the CGHS dispensaries. And also railway pharmacist, as you know, starting from diploma in pharmacy, B pharmacy, M pharmacy, even Pharm D people are eligible for getting the railway pharmacist jobs. Maybe you can, if you're willing to work, and maybe you can apply and get it if it is possible. So these are all the various opportunities. I think there may be many other. These are all things which came in my mind. I just put it here. So don't feel that you don't have any government jobs. There are various jobs are available. The only thing is you need to look into it and then try one by one. Then check your luck where you are going to be get it. And then teaching and research, you can work as a teacher. As Dr. Ajit mentioned, if once you complete your PharmD, you don't need to do the masters, and you are right now eligible for PhD, and also you can eligible for teaching. You can teach in your own institute once you complete your PharmD, and also you are eligible for research. You can join as a research scholar, and you can complete your PhD at the same time. And the best example is Dr. Ajit, like that he joined as a research scholar, and he did a PhD as well. And also, if you want to get stipend and also get the recognition for your PhD, the one important thing is if you write this CSIR UGC net, and you can get the stipend, and also you can work for your PhD in any one of the central government institutes. and that's going to be give you most of the credit if you want to do any research. That's a very, very important one. And a recent one, I think some of you may be knowing that Inspire Fellowships, uh, the people who are getting the gold medal from the university, maybe after the PharmD, and they're eligible to apply for this Inspire Fellowship. And with that fellowship, they can join for PhD, and for all the PhD, they're going to get the stipend from this DST, right? So, like this, various opportunities are there, and even for the private organizations, there are many private universities are there where the PharmD graduates can do research, means while studying PhD, and you can be the entrepreneur. So nothing is going to stop you if you want to be an entrepreneur and you have an idea. So one example I used to quote always is Clintex. Maybe you've been knowing the young team who are looking very bright here. Some of them are the graduates of JSS. So once they passed out, they started this Clintex, and they're doing wonderful job in the area of pharmacy practice and pharmacy by developing a software called Clintex. And also, I just added this Climet, right, where these people are doing wonderful job once again by combining all these PharmD people, the group of PharmDs. They are doing wonderful job for the profession, overall pharmacy, and specifically for PharmD. And if you are still willing, you can start your own pharmacy and start providing the clinical pharmacy services from your own pharmacy. So don't feel bad that you should not open the pharmacy even after studying 6 years PharmD. Still, you can open your pharmacy, and you can see that none of the pharmacies are having any space for talking to the patient and providing some services like patient counseling or maybe checking for drug-drug interactions. So these kind of services, I don't think so any pharmacists are providing currently. Being a PharmD graduate, you can do something like you can open your own pharmacy and have a separate area for providing these clinical pharmacy services. So that's going to be the best thing what you can do being a PharmD graduate. So that's what maybe I can mention. And some of the fellowships are already available for PharmD. One thing I came across, this one is Tata Memorial Center fellowship in oncotherapeutics, where you can see the qualification they mention either the post MD or post PharmD. So it is almost equal to MD. They have given the option for PharmD, and where they used to pay around 53,000 per month for a student, right? 1 year fellowship. So like this, various other fellowships are available even for the companies, the private companies like BMQ, and fellowship in oncology pharmacy. Like HCC is offering this fellowship in oncology pharmacy about fellowship in oncology pharmacy practice. So once you complete your PharmD, you can undergo fellowship in oncology pharmacy, where you can complete your 2 years post PharmD program in the oncology, so that you can be expert in this area of oncology, right? So that's a fellowship is offering by HCC to do maybe 2 years experience in the area of oncology, and also they are going to be provide some stipend during this period. And also residency program, hope you know that JSS started residency program, and they are starting there. Initially they started with oncology, and now they're having some other programs. So it is especially meant for PharmD. The PharmD graduates can join for this residency program, and it's a 2 years program where they're going to be get specialized experience in a particular area, so that they can be the specialty pharmacist, right? And you can continue working in that area. So these are the various other opportunities, fellowships, which are available for PharmD graduates. And to get to know all these opportunities, certainly you need to follow some websites and other sources. I think best example is going to be the Pharma Tutor. If you go and subscribe, you're going to be get daily alerts, so that you will get to know what kind of opportunities are available and what are the job opportunities. And the PharmD info, there's one more website which was created by the faculty from JSS UT, and where you are going to get some more information about PharmD, their courses and career opportunities, many other information. Naukri.com and Pharma Job Portal, LinkedIn, these are all very, very important to get anything in terms of jobs, in terms of career opportunities. Following these is going to be very, very important. right? Then only you'll get to know what kind of opportunities are available for you based on your wish, right? So I would like to end this presentation with by the quote by the APJ Abdul Kalam ji: "Without your involvement, you cannot succeed. With your involvement, you cannot fail." Right. So we should involve first of all before you are asking anything from others. Right. So that's what from my side.